Now, let's join ace broadcaster MAMODE AKUGHA as he takes us inside the Niger Delta.
Hello out there and welcome. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region. I'm your regular host, MAMODE AKUGHA. Leaders, alongside civil society organizations from the Niger Delta, are once again amplifying the call for a Nigerian constitution that grants more autonomy to regions and subnational governments, particularly in harnessing their own resources for the development of their people. This call formed a key part of discussions at the recent Constitution Review Stakeholders Town Hall engagements held by the House of Representatives Committee on Constitutional Review across states in the oil-rich region. Calabar and unanimous in their demand for a people-centered and grassroots-driven constitution that will finally address the age-long marginalization and deprivation of the Niger Delta people whose resources continue to power the Nigerian state.
We therefore call for an upward review of the derivation formula to ensure that a greater share of the revenue generated from our land and waters is retained for local development, and a clear constitutional provision guaranteeing host communities' right to benefit meaningfully from natural resources, including mandatory environmental remediation. The number of local government areas plays a role in the ultimate federal allocation of funds makes us feel doubly cheated. The resources that are taken away from this state and the sister states in the Niger Delta are used to feed and grow other local government areas against us in the South-South. And these are the issues that we must speak to today.
The people of Anioma qualify from all indicators to be a state. This is a group of people, they are Igbos, but they are in Niger Delta region. So the constitutional amendment cannot be correct. It cannot assuage Nigerians' agitations if there are this insistence, economic and social violation of the Anioma people.
Obolo State, when created, will be beneficial to the whole country, region. It will open up more opportunities on our waterways. They will have more senatorial districts, more House of Rep, more resources to work with.
These are not new demands. They have long been a source of concern for the people of the Niger Delta, even before Nigeria gained independence in 1960. Nationalists like Eyo Ita from Cross River State, Harold Dapabirie from River State, Chief Anthony Enaro from Edo State, and Samuel Jeriton Marieri from Delta State were among the many voices that consistently championed the development and recognition of the region and its people in various constitutional frameworks. Despite these and even the violent agitations that followed, many in the region believe that the federal government has not demonstrated the political will needed to truly develop the area, maintaining that interventions so far fall short of expectations. Inside the Niger Delta spoke to the chairman of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, Ambassador Godknows Bolade Igali, who shared his thoughts on these lingering concerns and the pathway forward for the region.
We know things have changed fundamentally from 1963, the last People's Constitution, to now. So let us see how we can marry them. And that is why many times people recommend the 2014 National Conference, which unfortunately could not be implemented because President Jonathan brought that constitution towards the tail end of it. The original constitution we had, Niger Delta will not be what it is today. So your territory, which is your ancestral land where you bury your grandparents and your religious sites, are somebody's OPL. For me, as a person, and this is what the PANDEF position, is that let us have a Nigerian constitution. Let them say the Nigerian system. There's a Swiss system, there's a French system, there's an Israeli system, there's a German system, there's a South African model. Why can't we have a Nigerian model? Now look, truly, who are we as Nigerians? I bring up a constitution that reflects our true identity as Nigerians.
Some youth leaders across the region also shared their perspectives on how the Nigerian constitution can be reviewed to better serve the interests of the people in the Niger Delta, whose lands have been taken over by oil installations and whose environment has suffered severe pollution.
Look at the East-West Road, for example. That road has been under construction for years. That road has been a measure year in, year out, budget in, budget out, every year. It's there yet, and nobody's talking about it.
Nigeria want to move forward. We need to, first of all, jettison the 13%. Let us put that one aside. And if at all it's going to be increased between 30 to 50%, the particular community that is producing it should enjoy it directly, should have the benefits straight.
You can find the full-length interview with Ambassador Bolade Godnozigali alongside views from the youth leaders on our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria, where they spoke on a broad range of issues the ongoing constitutional review process should address, especially as it concerns the future of the Niger Delta region.
Inside the Niger Delta.
As reactions and argument, the recent Supreme Court ordered delineation exercise in the Warri Federal Constituency of Delta State, some youths of Ishekiri extraction staged protests across several locations in the constituency to express their dissatisfaction with the outcome of the exercise. The youths, who were at the Warri Port Complex in Warri, Chevron Tank Farm in Ugborodo, and Otumara Flow Station in Warri South local government area, allege that the outcome as presented by the Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, does not represent the fact on the ground, but rather was manipulated to undermine the Ishekiris.
The outcome of the Supreme Court ordered delineation exercise in Warri Federal Constituency, presented in April this year by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has remained a subject amongst the ethnic groups of Ijaw, Urobo, and Ishekiri, who are the major dwellers in the area. Ishekiri youths last week took to the streets to again express their dissatisfaction with the entire exercise. At the premises of the Warri Port Complex in Warri, the displeased youths restated their concerns and grievances.
Why did they jettison their data and came to our communities to delineate, which we were part of, but came out with a proposal that was completely fraudulent and different from what they did on the field? So we are by this saying that we reject in totality everything that INEC has done to come back and redo what they said they think they did.
We are not only going to end in consulting, which we have done, but we are taking it further and we will confront anything that has to do with our patrimony.
INEC had earlier urged all concerned communities to submit their observations on the draft report, assuring that the Commission remains committed to fairness, equity, and to the rule of law. However, an Ishekiri woman leader, Mrs. Queeneth Pesu, directly accused INEC of deliberately working against the Ishekiri people.
The INEC people, when they be Jankoliko, they won't take our land because of money. They're not going to take them. Our land, our land.
While this protest was ongoing in Warri Township, another group was also at Chevron Tank Farm in the riverine community of Ugborodo to register their displeasure. From there, they proceeded to Otumara Flow Station, where they alleged that the development is coordinated attempts to displace the Ishekiri people from what they say is their homeland.
We have seen that the committee that was headed by Professor Rhoda Gomus, who is an Ijaw woman from Bayelsa, which we protested our inclusion in this committee ab initio. But they didn't listen, and what our fears were when we protested is what we are seeing now. Because we have seen that the reports that they've given has to do with a lot of boundary adjustments, which they do not have the constitutional right to do. We equally saw that they have renamed some of our community, which they do not have the right to do. It was a deliberate attempt to excommunicate us, to terminate the existence of the Ishekiri people.
They went on to threaten that if not reversed, they, the Ishekiri people, would bring operations to a halt at every oil facility their lands.
If they fail to do what they have to do, this facility that we are standing here and that of Chevron Tank Farm and the Escravos Flow Station in Ogidigbe, we will shut them down.
This injustice that has been perpetrated, if it is not corrected, I am declaring today that it will not be sustained.
Meanwhile, the federal government has stepped in to douse growing tension. Through the Office of the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, the government engaged representatives of all ethnic groups in the area, urging them to avoid any actions that could lead to a breakdown of law and order. The NSA appealed for calm, while the INEC and other relevant agencies looked into the concerns raised over the delineation exercise. Observers of trends who recall how similar disputes triggered the violent Warri crisis, a conflict that crippled the oil-rich city and left a legacy of deep division, are also appealing to all parties to act with restraint and ensure that all grievances are addressed through appropriate legal and institutional channels to avoid a repeat of the unfortunate past and allow for a peaceful and successful delineation process.
Inside the Niger Delta.
2 additional flyover bridges, road networks, and flood control projects are underway in the Big Heart state of Delta. This is as the Governor, Sheriff Oborevwori-led Executive Council approved a total of 230 billion naira for new infrastructure projects across the 3 senatorial zones of the oil-rich. Commissioner for Works, Rural Roads and Public Information, Mr. Charles Anyagu, disclosed this while briefing journalists after the State Executive Council meeting last week.
The overall transformation and renewal of Delta State by the infrastructure-focused Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, is taking a more massive turn as the administration just roll out another set of projects to begin in the coming days, even as several others are already at different stages.
It's another mind-blowing decision to the extent that about 230 billion commitments were approved at today's ESCO, ranging from infrastructure to other aspects that have to do with the social safety nets. We approved the design and construction of flyover at Uromi Junction in Abo. That flyover is going to cost us 59 billion naira. It's quite huge. Then there's also going to be another flyover. You know, when you are traveling from here, we say Asaba Ugeli Express. Where it ends, it's called Otowodo. That particular area, we're also going to have another flyover that will cost us 39.3 billion naira.
This is coming as 3 other flyover bridges currently under construction, Junction, PTI Junction and DSE roundabout in the Warri axis of the state by Julius Berger Nigerian PLC are nearing completion. Several other projects including the dual carriageway Sapele Road in Efrun and the completion of Ituru Road in Elume in Sapele local government approved by the Executive Council. The EXCO also terminated and re-awarded some projects that it said were not being satisfactorily executed, noting that the decision is to ensure that communities get value for every money spent on public projects.
The EXCO has approved, the state executive policy, giving birth, authorization for the establishment of those agencies that will help drive the process. So it is something I'm sure will excite both the business and the manufacturing community.
ESCO graciously approved the procurement of 3 magnetic resonant imaging scan machines. One to Asaba Specialist Hospital that covers Delta North Senatorial District. One to Delsut University Teaching Hospital that covers Delta Central. Then the last one to Central Hospital Warri.
As all of this take off in the coming weeks, the Oborevwori-led government says all it's in fulfillment of its social contract with the people of Delta as encapsulated in the MORE agenda, which stands for meaningful development, opportunities for all, realistic reforms, and enhanced peace and security in Delta State.
Inside the Niger Delta. Azikio Group, oil and gas, dredging, power and air transportation. Azikio Group, petroleum product sufficiency, energy sustainability and infrastructure development.
Some relief has come the way of individuals living with disabilities in Bayelsa State, courtesy of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC. The commission recently distributed mobility aids, including wheelchairs, crutches, walking frames, and devices for the visually and hearing impaired at a sensitization ceremony held at its Bayelsa State office in Yanagua. According to the NDDC, the initiative is aimed at supporting the well-being of people living with disabilities while encouraging them to stay resilient amid the rising economic hardship.
The Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, last week extended its intervention to those living with disability in Bayelsa State with the distribution of several mobility aids, including wheelchairs, crutches, hearing and visual aids devices. The director of the Bayelsa State Office, Engineer Godknows Alamesia, who represented the managing director, Dr. Samuel Ogboku, said the commission recognizes the challenges of the people living with disabilities and would continue to intervene to assuage their sufferings.
We just want to appreciate you people. You people are dear to us. You are not forgotten. Whatever thing you people need, please follow the right channel. Come to us. Lay your complaint. Any way we can help you people because you are part of us. So we will always assist you people. The office is always open to you and we'll take you to the appropriate corner.
270 persons in total benefited from the NDDC's initiative. The distribution ceremony also featured a discussion segment where resource persons and government officials harped on managing issues that bother people with disabilities, such as mental health issues, amongst others.
You must be able to take away these negative thoughts, all right, negative thinkings, and think positively.
Let us also look at recruiting from the NDDC end. People living with disability.
The beneficiaries were indeed full of gratitude to the NDDC for what they say was a timely intervention.
I was invited here for this program, and I'm very happy for what I saw today. And a bag, and this t-shirt I'm wearing and the cap. I think I really want to commend NDDC for what they did for us.
We look forward to continue collaborating and partnership with NDDC. Thank you for your kindness, support and investment in the lives of PWD.
However, they used the opportunity to outline many other challenges that continue to make life difficult for them. Responding to the concerns of the group, the NDDC assured that its doors remain open to the people living with disabilities, and it will continue to work together with other development stakeholders and subnational government to proffer lasting solutions to the plight and troubles of people living with disabilities across the length and breadth of the Niger Delta, part of its ongoing effort to ensure shared prosperity of its peoples.
Inside the Niger Delta.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Dr. Samuel Ogboku, has been conferred with an honorary doctorate degree in public administration by the prestigious University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Enugu State. The University Authority said the award is in recognition of Dr. Ogboku's outstanding stewardship at the helm of Nigeria's foremost intervention agency. Dr. Ogboku, who was grateful for the honors, said the door of the NDDC remains open for strategic partnerships with tertiary institutions, both within and outside the region in proffering sustainable solutions to the myriad of the Niger Delta.
The modest efforts and achievements of the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) continues to attract recognition for its leadership both within and beyond the borders of the region. This time, it's the prestigious University of Nigeria, Nsukka, UNN, conferring an honorary doctorate degree on the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Commission, Dr. Samuel Obuku, alongside 6 other distinguished personalities at its 54th convocation ceremony last week in Nsukka, Enugu. The university authority said that the Doctor of Public Administration Award to Dr. Obuku is in recognition of his exemplary leadership and outstanding stewardship at the helm of the NDDC, which is evident for all to see in the achievements and impact across communities in the country's oil belt.
The honor bestowed on these awardees is to appreciate their tremendous service to our nation and humanity, as well as to inspire others to serve meritoriously.
Dr. Samuel Obuku, who recalled his late father's time at the institution before the outbreak of the Biafran War, was grateful to the university for the honor. He said although UNN is not within the NDDC's mandate area, he is open to fostering partnerships with the institution to further advance the course of education in the country, as well as cutting-edge research that would provide viable solutions to the many challenges confronting the Niger Delta.
Because we believe education has to go on. Because someone that's educated from Enugu must not be from the Niger Delta. And we know that the rest of the Niger Delta people are also really well there. That is why education has to go on.
While that was ongoing in Enugu, the state, the Executive Director of Projects of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Sir Victor Antai, also received a Doctor of Philosophy degree from the University of Port Harcourt. Colleagues, friends and well-wishers joined the EDP in celebration of his academic feat.
It's a good thing that despite their tight and busy schedule, that they were able to complete the program. The test to their fitness and their quest and zeal to acquire further and better education. We congratulate them, we wish them well, and we know that this additional knowledge which they've acquired will help them in the discharge of their duties.
It was a moment of joy for staff of the NDDC as they celebrated what they say is a double honor for the MD and the EDP.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Bayelsa State Governor Senator Doye Dirias charged police officers and other security personnel to uphold the values of integrity, discipline, and professionalism in the discharge of their duties both in the state and across the country. Governor Diri gave the charge during last week's State Executive Council meeting, where he commended Bayelsa-born police officer Obi Sentome for receiving $10,000 bribe. The governor rewarded Officer Sentome with a brand new house and a car in recognition of his rare integrity.
You are hereby rewarded with a 3-bedroom flat to be built by the Bayelsa State government for you, and also with a car that will befit your captain.
The police officer turned down the bribe offer last year in December when his team apprehended some fraudsters who attempted to pay their way out of police custody. This earned Sentome the Inspector General's Police Officer of the Year award. The police officer, who was overwhelmed with emotions, fought hard.
Here is a young Bayelsan in his place of duty, proving his character. And let Sentome Obi be one of those that Bayelsa youths will emulate. In whichever office you find yourself, first of all is that you must discharge your duties to the best of your ability and your knowledge, and indeed be incorruptible.
Bayelsa State Commissioner of Police Francis Idu, who thanked the governor for the recognition of Sentome, said it would indeed encourage others to toil the same path of ethical service. From there, the state of the Bayelsa contingents who made the state proud at the recently concluded 22nd National Sports Festival, also known as the Gateway Games in Ogun State.
This is not just progress, it's a dramatic narrowing of the gap from 174 goals in Asaba to just 29, separating us from the champions in Ogun. So with surgical planning and scouting and intense preparations, Your Excellency, Bayelsa can do a lot better.
Governor Diri commended the team while also charging them to keep their eyes on the top in future outings.
This government is your government. This government is laying the foundation for youth development, for youth entrepreneurship, and for everything that the Bayelsa youth stands for.
The governor also announced several cash prizes to both athletes, coaches and support staff, with gold medalists ₦1 million each and silver medalists with 500,000 naira. The governor also noted that plans are in top gear for the Glory of All Land State to host the national sporting event in 2028.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Well, that's the size of our package on the program for today. Please kindly note that you can now also watch our program live on our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria on Mondays at 9 p.m., Tuesdays at 9:20 p.m. and Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. Please do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria for live updates and many more stories. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region, will be back same time, same station next week. Until then, you can follow us on our social media handles showing right now on your screens. Until next week, I am MAMODE AKUGHA thanking you for staying with us. Bye for now.